Oh. Oh man. Hemina, my man. What a band. I hear they're working on some stuff. Phantom is been a while, my friend. Necro, you want to know what's in the queue from you? I can sure do that here in just a minute. I can let you know. I'm about to switch the track. Last night, I happened to listen to this band just because the name was intriguing to me, and plus, nobody had claimed this track in the queue. They didn't put their name to identify themselves, which typically is a no-no. And so I listened to this song, thinking to myself, this is probably going to end up sucking. Either that or it's going to be some sort of meme. What I got was this. And the person who requested this, I still don't know who it is. However, I have an important message for whomever it happened to be. But I know that I probably won't find it out by traditional measures. Necro, what I am seeing in here from you is Sweet Trip. To all the dancers of the world, a round form of fantasy. The angelic process with dying in a minor. And Into the Crypt of Rays by Celtic Frost. Those are the tracks that I see. I'm looking to see if there's any others. No, because last night I actually went through and I cleaned up the queue. We have 110 songs left from the queue, which sounds like a lot, but remember, of course, those who request tracks and pay for them, if they want to do that for the Stream Wars, they of course get track priority out of fairness. This is supposed to last the entirety, this queue is supposed to last the entirety of the event. It will probably last the entirety of the event and then some. Because y'all have been so darn nice as of late. But anyway, the Exploding Eyes Orchestra with the song Crazy Heart. This is what I got whenever I listened to this. Not expecting it at all. Not knowing what to expect at all, should I say. And I'm jacking this up on my own headphones because this is awesome. How's it going, Ryan J? How are you today? Good to see you. Phantom coming in with the $3 for Antimatter's Paranova. I need to get up my spreadsheet. So I keep track of all that now, especially during this, considering I think the person who donates the most during this event might get a little something, something. I don't know. We're going to see how things go. I know one thing is going to happen, for sure. Gotta make sure a certain somebody gets a prize. If you know what I mean, boys and girls. Can I just make something explicitly clear? The person who truthfully requested the song, wow. You may have my seed. How long is this seed going to be going for? Because you don't get off of work for another 3 hours. We'll probably be going till around 7. If the queue ends up being pretty big, I may go until 8, like I did last night. You weren't here last night. I did end up doing about an hour's worth of overtime, so we will see. I might be willing to go a little bit later today since I'm not streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be one of my off days. And oh my gosh. But yeah, Phantom, which of those 4 prizes would you like that to go to? I'm not sure if I saw or not. I don't think I did. $3 can go toward funding one of the prizes in Prize Wars. Thank you once again, my friend. I appreciate it. We'll play Antimatter up next. Watch the Repentless video. Nice. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to post the pictures, Svetlana. That's my bad. I apologize. I definitely need to get this picks up for you. Fam's going to put it toward the cash prize. Good. It's a very good pick. Cash prize right now, number 2 out of those 4. Had to do a little bit of adjusting. Had to make sure everything was accurate. Sounds quite nice. See, I think I know who requested this. I think I do. Because it suits the style of a certain person. It suits the style of a certain person's requests. I honestly should have waited to play this until I knew something for sure. So I might have to play it again a little later. I'm kind of hiding some information here specifically. It definitely fits someone's style of request, however. Oh, you're sick? That sucks. That really sucks. Sounds like something Justin would request. Justin already did his 5 requests, so it's not him. But, oh my god, right there! Jesus Christ, man! First time I listened to this last night, which by the way was not the last. Holy fuck! It's a bit quiet. That's a mistake. Whew! You just listened to Vector, not your cup of tea? That's okay, Steven. The important thing is that you gave it a try and you saw whether or not it was for you. That's what part of music is. Part of music is getting requests that other people love that are definitely for them. That may just not be for you. You are now, I'll call you Ali. Oyen Lauren Adamai. Got off a trip? Yeah, you were talking about the trip yesterday. You were just talking about that, that vacation. Man. But yeah, this definitely suits somebody's request style to a T. Give you a hint, their name also begins with the first letter of my name. Speak of the devil. Maru, I have a very important question for you. The song that's currently playing, did you happen to request it and not sign your name in the all request stream for free? Exploding Eyes Orchestra, Crazy Hearts? While I wait for this extremely important piece of information, Paranova by Antimatter was requested by Mr. Phantom, who is back after a long, long hiatus from the streams. I guess it's because you've had to work and do all that stuff, man. I know what that's like. I know what that's like. I've had to not work or do it. That was you? That was you. Okay, Maru. I'm not trying to put you off or anything like this, but you now have legal precedent and ownership over my seed. That song is fucking incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you so freaking much for exposing that song to my ears. I appreciate it. Wow. Whew. Wowzer. Whew. I listened to that last night because I thought maybe it was like a meme song or something like that, because I didn't see any name. So I just figured I'll listen to this just to sort of screen it a little bit. And yeah, just, I'm not going to describe the scene, but it was a very pleasant scene. Yes, yeah, I looked up a Wikipedia page that was very much, I believe, in either Norwegian or Swedish, and discovered this information. Yeah, just in the Ancient Ones side project, and just makes me want to listen to that project a little bit more as well. It's just crazy. Shrooms are technically not dangerous unless you have one that is misidentified as, you know, the Sibyllin, or Sibyllin? I don't know. I don't know terminologies or stuff like that, but I just know that if you have a decent mental capacity and you're in a great place, the chances of a good trip and a good experience are heightened by a lot. But if you're in like a really bad place of anxiety and stuff, then your chances of a negative trip are more likely. How's it going, Metal Fury? Reach down. Hello from Poland. Hello from my room, my studio here in America. How's it going? Lich King or Havoc? Why not both? Hello, Poland. $5 from the Rift Notebook says he wants to hear the Flourish by the Contortionist. Up next, we will certainly do that. I know what it's going to, and that actually does put you right now in the top spot. The Rift Notebook. You were tied for a short period of time with Maru. The pair of you going for dominant. Oh no. I accidentally clicked on the Firefox instead of OBS. Shit! No! Fuck. This is gonna be bad. That's gonna take forever to prop up. That's gonna slow the stream down. Awesome. We're gonna take care of this problem as quickly as possible. There we go. Problem solved. The Stinging Ring by Misery signals along those same lines. That makes life easy on me. I don't have to just keep on going. Yeah, one frame per second. Yeah, it's because I opened up Firefox. That's all it takes. All it takes is like one little fuck up like that in order for this stream to go kaput. This stream runs off of like 5 hamsters running in like the world's smallest wheel. By the way, antimatter is still amazing. Just throwing that out there. Just a little toss out there. Is this Creed? Nope, this is antimatter. Metal Fury, DVSR with Unconscious at $2. Hey Metal Fury, where's that $2 going? Music volume still too low? This is a quieter song. This is quieter. This is a quieter song, I will say. Griff, I hate to be this guy, but that legality thing, that didn't stop me at all. That didn't stop me at all. I think you see what happened to me. Now you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, as opposed to not being, you know, rich and successful. Bam. Damn, self-roasted. Self-roasted. Alright, Phantom, we look forward to seeing you. Phantom, if you happen to be free Thursday or Friday, those will be the last 2 days of the Prize Wars. Hope to see you, man. Hope to see you. Take care. See, now that just takes Svetlana out of the potential equation for me. Y'all way too young for me. Y'all way too young for me. Oh, wait, what? The drinking age in Russia is above 21? That's cruel. Do I still hate Imagine Dragons? Yes, I do. They're still Horde. It's 21 to drink in the States. Oh, in Russia you are legally allowed to, but not the U.S. I got what you're saying. Alright, I fucked it up. That was all me. That was me being really bad with thoughts and numbers and understanding things. I'm making things harder than they actually are. It's kind of my, you know, it's kind of my best move. It's my signature move, should I say. Flourish by the Contortionist up next. It's my signature move. Other folks have, you know, punching somebody in the back of the neck and then, I don't know, delivering a stone cold stunner, I don't know. Me, I complicate things. In many ways, I am the complicator. Neil coming in with the $1.99 pound, or the, I say $1.99, £1.99. Says he wants to hear a little bit of Velvet Underground. $2.56. Neil, you will have to give me a little bit of a reminder of where you want yours to go to again. Is that also cash prize? Am I thinking correctly or no? Yeah, that was Stone Cold, with the exception of the punch to the back of the neck. I'm pretty sure that's just not even legal, or like New Japan only. Like, it sounds like something that would happen with like Minoru Suzuki or something like that. Niels is still going toward the cash prize. And we have 5 more from Riffy Boy, who is, he's playing hard to get, but not hard to give. I'm sorry, I have to tease. I have to tease at this point. At this point, this is kind of just cute. It's kind of adorable to me. The budgeting romance that is going on in my chat. But yeah, Riff will be streaming tomorrow. I will actually 100% promote that. He will be streaming tomorrow, so around the same time that I'd be streaming. I think it's like, what, from 3 to 5 or 4 to 6, something like that? I don't know. I forget. I don't remember stuff. I'm dumb. That's why I do this. I don't have to thinky very hard. Woohoo! 794.13. But notice how that makes no sense, because notice how I make things like purposefully more difficult on myself. Riff just is, I am eternally single! You've nearly finished enrolling on a music production course at uni. Dude, cool. That's awesome, Necro. Congratulations. That's... You know, the funny thing is I don't usually watch these, but I'm sad that I missed yesterday on Instagram. Earache Records has one guy who works for them. By the way, Waterblanc, thank you for the €2.29. I will get on that while I'm telling the story. I appreciate it, my friend. Wants to hear a little bit of anal cunt. But anyway, yesterday they did a conversation piece. I think they do a question of the day, and it was, what courses should I be, what courses should I be studying, or what courses should I, like, what college degree should I be attaining or like going after if I want to work at a record label. And I thought that was a really, really cool topic, and I missed it. So unfortunately I didn't get a chance to see it, and I'm kind of bummed out because I would have really liked to see it. I think that would have been really, really cool, and would have had a lot of great and helpful information associated with it, but alas, can't see everything. Hey, Water Blanc, where is that heading? Which one is that heading toward? $2.68. This. And I'm telling you, the sexiness of the contortionist sometimes is hard to deal with. This sentence is false. Number 4, he says, and wait a minute, I have a feeling. Oh, I was going to say that my whole entire left channel just went bye-byes. Guess what, folks? We've hit $800. Maru, my apparent European bae, is in the house with a $5 drop. While Love Died by Northward, going to number 3. Single-handedly one of the biggest reasons why number 3 is just crushing it right now. I have to do some math. I forget whether or not I applied to the cash prize or not. This is why I need to do extra programming someday. Oh, why I should not make this so hard on myself all the time. No, I'm actually good. Nice. Tiny pieces, yeah. Stinging Rain by Misery Signals is up next. That was going a little bit further than it needed to because we need to move on to the next track. The Stinging Rain. Ouch, the rain, it stings so much. Ha! And Riff is like, I know that song by that intro. So it happens whenever you love a band a lot. Trust me on that. Oh, you know what? I know what the problem is. I didn't factor in the sentimonies. The centonies. Alright, so Bob. That was 1. That just upsets me. There we go. 257.14. That's what it's supposed to be. There we go. I have to say, that cash prize is starting to creep into the conversation. That cash prize is creeping into the conversation. And I have to update the prize total amount because we have now eclipsed $80. $80.18 currently the cash prize. Man, just think. That prize gets funded, and if we end things right now, someone's winning $80. Am I hitting Metallica shows whenever they hit the States? Probably not. Probably not. Not unless I get myself a lot of money in a short period of time. I think Jesse Leach and Howard Jones could work together as co-vocalists. I think they probably could. I honestly think that they probably could do that. I think it'd be pretty sweet too. I think it'd be a pretty sweet combo. Is that what Killswitch is planning on doing? Like, I know that that's something that's been done. Like, they've done a couple live shows where both of them have been either vocals for a song or they've traded off. I think it would be really, really cool if they actually made an entire record with both of them. I think that'd be a really cool idea. Opeth versus Between the Buried and Me. Who wins? Opeth. Did we talk about weird habits on this stream before? Like little weird things that you do all the time, regardless to whether or not you like actually want to. Like, you just can't stop yourself. Have we talked about that on the stream before? If you want to talk about one of the weirdest habits that I have, I take soda tabs, like the little soda tops off of cans, and I save them. I'm weird. Like, I'm really, really weird. I have a ton of them. I have absolutely a ton of them. Someone at work actually played Blackwater Park over the speakers. Dude, the place you work at's cool. Like, look at this. Does one man need all these? And the sad part is, that's just from while I've been over here. I have a legitimate, like, big Tupperware container full of them over, like, that's just taking up space over in Studio 1.0. Getting in and out of the shower 3 times before and 3 after. Listen, sometimes you just really, really need to take a couple showers. Every door you enter has to be closed with the handle up. Fair, fair. That would be really difficult, though, I would think. Or it would just trigger the crap out of me. Because I know that over here in America, there are a lot of doors where that's not even an option. Like, they use those circular ones. Like, they don't even use the hinge handles or anything like that. What's the point of saving them? Well, let me tell you this story, because this story is dumb and exposes how dumb that my friends and I both were. Long time ago, whenever I was but a college CKN, early part of the 2000s, really. So not nearly as long as other stories I've told. We're at least in the right damn millennium. It was determined that, or one of my roommates that lived on the same hallway as I did in the dormitory I was staying at West Virginia Wesleyan College, had seen a thing that said that if you saved your soda tabs and you save like a milk jug full of them, and this is an old scam. This is an old scam back in the day. That if you save a milk jug full of soda tabs or beer tabs or whatever, then you bring them into the Ronald McDonald Charity House, and it gets you. It's going to provide a kidney or like some sort of body part, like some sort of donatable, replaceable body part. It's going to provide payment for that body part for an individual. So of course, that seemed like a really awesome idea. You know, it seems like a really awesome plan. But of course, it was then determined that a milk jug full of soda tabs is like barely worth like a couple bucks. But we were so adamant about it. We were so incredibly ridiculous about it whenever we were convinced that this was going to be true, that we just kept saving them. Because once we found out we had been duped, we said to ourselves, you know what? Fuck that. Now the goal is we're just going to save as many as we possibly can. Because all of us had, you know, little mini fridges full of beer and soda, and we had friends that did that, you know, with theirs, and, you know, you go around different places, like the different parties and such, and there's just, it's everywhere, you know, and whenever you clean up all that stuff, what do you do? Just throw it away? So what? You take this off, bam, pocket it, whatever. I have not been able to break that habit. I've been out of college now. It's been more than 10 years. It's been 11 years since I've exited university, as it would be called in Europe, and I still remove the soda tab from each and every can of soda that I drink. I will take the tabs off of Miss CKN's, you know, off of Faith's, if she does not do it. You know, it's not a forced requirement. I'll give her like some fake grief over it and stuff like that, but whatever, you know. I'm not gonna... I've definitely cooled down on that a lot. What's fortunate for me for that is that she oftentimes like just doesn't throw away her cans in a timely fashion. You know what I mean? So it becomes kind of easy for that. This is Unconscious by DVSR. Did I consider this song Nugent? What the fuck is Nugent? Ted Nugent? Ted Nugent? And then really after a while, Maru, it is extremely, extremely weird. Like I said, it's just a weird habit that I've never been able to break. You know, I have an easier time not biting my nails than I do not removing soda tabs. And I think it's because it's right there, and if I were to take all the tabs I have to a scrapyard, I'd probably make like only 50 or 60 bucks, which in the world of collecting soda tabs would be absolutely absurd, because right now aluminum is at like 45 cents a pound, so that's a lot of goddamn soda tabs. That's way too many. Like, no one man needs and requires this much power. But why, you know? You know, I'm not exactly... I don't want to say I'm hurting for the money. You know what I mean? Like, I could use an extra 60 bucks. That'd be fine. But at this point, it's just like, why not just keep doing it? Because I've been doing this for so long. If I get rid of them, I'm probably still just going to do it as a force of habit. And there are worse habits that are out there. Like, I could be jonesing for heroin, or my habit could be like opening the scabs of like my friends and family so they bleed again, or something like that, you know. You know, I'd be like those people that need to get one of those little sponges that replicate the idea of popping a pimple. Ah! People find that really relaxing. I find it disgusting. But then again, that was never my thing. I was always a guy where I love getting my back scratched, but if people get freaking picky and they get really distracted and stuff, ugh. You know what I'm saying? You gonna hurl? Yeah, I'm right with you. Speaking of heroin, here's the Velvet Underground with heroin. That was actually kind of ironic. I didn't see that coming whatsoever. First, we have this ad from Beautyrest that nobody's going to see, because guess what? None of you get Beautyrest, because I don't either. No, you guys probably get better rest than I do. This one I know I'll have to turn up. This is old school. Yeah, I know, right? What is Lacuna Coil up to anyway? Hopefully not much. Hopefully they're kind of they're relaxing and all that stuff a little bit. They need a little bit of rejuvenation, in my opinion. So I'd say let them do their thing. All right, let's stop talking about ripping off scabs, my man. I slept decently, but I was rudely awoken this morning from Mittens, from one of my cats, who wanted food so badly he was tenacious and harassed the hell out of me, like meowed in my ear for about 20 minutes before I finally acquiesced. Can I talk a little bit about Dream Theater? What specifically would you like to speak about whenever it comes to Dream Theater? A student psychologist? Sure. Completely wasted? Even better. I want to tell you all of my problems and have you be like, listen, what you need to do, you need to just grab a bottle, you drink the bottle, you put the liquid in the mouth, and then the problems then go bye-bye. Oh, Velvet Underground are tremendously classic. I actually had a Velvet Underground album available in the CD sale. It might still be available. I'm trying to look and see if it's true or not. No, I think somebody did end up purchasing it. I had the self-titled album available in the CD sale. I love the band, but the thing is like part of the CD sale is getting rid of a couple of things that I could get back in a snap if I wanted to. You know? What if your problem is a liver issue? Well, then you better get your ass on a list. get your ass on a list is what I say. My favorite movie, The Devil's Advocate. Al Pacino is amazing in that film. It's one of his best roles, and it's a role that is not talked about nearly often enough. That is not a movie of his that is talked about nearly enough. I actually don't have a favorite or a best Gorgoroth album. I'm not a big Gorgoroth guy. Like, I like him enough, but meh. You know? Talk about their shitty album in the making. What are my expectations? Expectations will probably be met. Just that it's better than The Astonishing, a little bit more focused, maybe not try to go for such a big and overarching, you know, a hulking project like that. There's another band that did a lot of concept albums of sizable length, very similar to what Dream Theater did with The Astonishing. However, did it a little bit better because they were not nearly as ambitious with them. Instead, these are albums that felt very natural. And the band is the Flower Kings. Whenever you consider like Adam and Eve and I'm trying to remember the other one. God damn it. Something about a hotel. Anyway, if you go back into the Flower Kings discography, you'll notice a lot of double albums. You'll notice a lot of large overarching ideas. It's a very interesting type thing. And I would say that what Dream Theater needs to do is they need to settle down whenever it comes to something that's that ambitious and just go back into the studio and write a really good progressive metal album. If they wanted to do any sort of concept, I would definitely I would resort to tweeting them and saying, remember to keep it at one album. Because after The Astonishing, I really don't trust them with double albums. I really don't trust them with double albums after The Astonishing. Or, you know, they kind of did that album very similar to, like, what Queensryche did with Operation Mindcrime. And you saw with Mind Crime too that format doesn't always work. They are much better whenever they just use the longer songs to their advantage. Dream Theater's not a band that really is helped out by a lot of stops and starts and stops and restarts. Drink your way through college, or what? Like fuck your way through college? I mean, if we want to pros and cons that stuff, it's like if you drink your way through college, you emerge with a drinking problem, you eventually get fat and get liver disease and die. You fuck your way through college, like pretty much the worst thing that you have to look forward to are sexually transmitted diseases, abusive people, and the potential for pregnancy. Gotta pick your poison on that one. You know the band The Deer Hunter? I know that there's two different. I know that there's two bands that share the name that are varied by just the one. They're varied by just the one letter. While Love Died by Northward up next. This is brand spanking new. Let's scope it out. This is the hard rock project by Floor Jansen of Nightwish and Pagan's Minds, Jorn Viggo Lofstad. Did I say Viggo? Vigo. I told you, I'm horrible with this stuff. But that's what makes the streams half the fun, isn't it? I'm sure it doesn't make it very fun for the international lot of you who hear me destroy the language and think, what an ignorant cant. What a jackass. I already got pregnant last year? Wow. Well. Your job for a cowboy might be recording a new album? I did not. I figured it had to be coming because it's been a little bit. It has been quite some time. What's the queue looking like? Necro at the moment. We have this track, then we have Message from Atlantis and we have Anal Cunt. And then we're going to be probably popping into the all request stream for free. That's what we'll probably be doing after that. Yeah, Popo are coming. I did hear that a little bit. I have my headphones up a little bit louder than I usually do today. Yep, this is new stuff from Floor Jansen's project. This is from Northward. Hi, Lauren. How you doing? Yeah, this is requested by Maru. Maru, who may in fact be my spirit animal reanimated into flesh. Considering Exploding Eyes Orchestra. Good God. Riff Nipple comes in with a Skyline's Severance by Trivium. Popping that in there. And the queue, we're adding to the queue rather by one more track. Donkey to him. Charlie Sheen to you, sir. See, I made Donkey into Charlie Sheen, because that's not funny at all. Because that's not funny whatsoever, and that's what it's all about. Being so unfunny that it's unfunny. Here come the angry Slayer fans. Oh, where? Where is they? Hello. Have I watched Agretsuko? Is that an animation thing? Is that a Japanese anime? Is that some hentai? This is really the only channel I donate to. Well, I appreciate that, Riff, dude. That rules. I appreciate it. You know what, Lana? I'm not angry either, to be perfectly honest. I'm not angry one bit. It's all for the lulz. Anime about a death metal singing panda. What? How do I not know this? Listen, Svetlana, I already hired you. I've already hired you for therapy. I need somebody to tell me that I need somebody to openly tell me I need a drinking problem. Please help. I need somebody to tell me that I need to either drink or, you know, fuck my way through my 30s. Yeah, music is totally subjective, I agree. And the best part about it is, like, there was somebody earlier that was talking about they tried Vector and it wasn't their cup of tea, which is cool. Because, hey, at least they tried. I drink too much Monster? Yo, you are right about that, Lauren. Cheers to that. Actually, I drink, like, I would say, at the maximum 2 of these a day. And I'll tell you something. Anxiety, along with those, was going to be a killer. I was drinking less Monster at my worst, and my blood pressure and everything was sky high. Like, dangerous levels. I got on a little bit of anti-anxiety medication, and actually upped what I was drinking with that, and my blood pressure lowered tremendously. Like, holy shit. Like, the difference is repulsive. Shut up. We don't want to hear The Eagle Flies Alone by Argent. After all, that's not what's next on the queue. That was pretty good. I like that. That was fun. I like songs that are fun. You know, just like anything else, like just like basically everything else in my life, there's definitely a shelf life to both smoking and drinking Monster. There's definitely a shelf life to both, and it's something I'm very aware of and think about quite often. And it's basically, I have to pick my poison of what I want to deal with for the first week or so after I stop. Because with Monster, I need to, first of all, if I quit that, I need to prevent myself from just offsetting the caffeine with regular soda, like Pepsi or Coke or whatever like that. And by doing that, that would just not help. That's probably why it was so easy for me to drink Monster and actually drink just 2 sodas a day, because beforehand I was drinking like 4 or 5 of the little 12-ouncers. So I've had a caffeine issue for quite a while. This is not a new thing. So with that, I mean, that would be a horrible, horrible experience. I would probably have frequent headaches. I would not be peppy in the slightest. I'd probably just want to sleep all day and look like a walking, talking zombie. Meanwhile, if I quit smoking, I would have to, you know, go with the whole shakes and the ucky feeling, you know. Getting off of nicotine is very similar, or at least in feeling, whenever I've tried it, to what they describe getting off of heroin is like. You know, where you feel sick. Where you feel absolutely, totally, 100% sick to death. You know what I mean? And, hey, does not mean it would not be worth it to feel like ass for a week or so in order to come out the other side. The only other thing I would hope for is that maybe Miss CKN took a vacation, or, you know, I was single or something like that, where essentially I could be a complete raging dickbag, like a hateful, spiteful, horrible person for a week, and then be alright. and like there be no consequence, you know. Message from Atlantis from Disperse, because I have tried to quit before, and one of the biggest issues that I had was the fact that yeah, I became a lunatic. I became an absolute lunatic. So is what it is. I fashion coffee as well. See, that's the thing. Like, if I... And one of my friends is really big on coffee as opposed to Monster, and so if I hung out with her a little bit more, I'd probably get enough caffeine where I wouldn't even think about Monster. Where I wouldn't even think about that. But I also like tea as well. I'm a big coffee and tea advocate. I don't drink it nearly as much as I used to because I do drink Monster and I do know about caffeine limits and I know about myself and all that, so... Friend of yours got busted for heroin yesterday. Well, let me tell you, I hate to be the blunt person that says, don't do heroin. You know, I hate to be that blunt person. But I'm hoping that what that does for them, Alec, is that it keeps them away. You know, it keeps them away in the future. That is one of the hardest things to kick. That is something that the relapse threat is there at all times, and the relapse threat also has a threat of death. You know, there's a big time threat of death with that. You know. Imagine mixing beer, energy drink, coffee, cocaine, liquor, and ecstasy all at the same time. I don't want to think about that. That probably will either kill you, your heart rate will be probably at a dangerous level, and at worst, you'll also be so horny that you'll probably want to fuck the doctor that's like trying to revive you. Like, the doctor will revive you and you'll like start taking off your pants and just say, oh doctor, fuck me, and like your parents will be right there or something like that, but like, what the hell are you doing? Don't do that. Lars, a long-time friend of the CKN. Definitely OG. Zandria. I'm going to let that one go to the Google. Self-discovery is a very, very important thing. Sometimes, well, listen, sometimes you might need that kind of healing, but you don't need that healing after taking a drink that will essentially make your heart rate to the point where your heart may just explode, while also taking something that's going to make you think that a 75-year-old white-haired doctor with probably man nips, you know, wearing a girder, is worth your dick time. Happiness by Pacifist? Really, for a trip you can watch, oh shoot. It's a French animated film, and I wish that I could remember the title of it now. Fantastic Planet, I think was the title of it. That's actually kind of a trip. Just because of the animation style and kind of the real... It's a very expressive... There's like a lot of dreamlike kind of... it's music that I feel was one of the cornerstone influences for a group like Air. Was it underwater and shit? It was mostly on another planet. It was mostly on another planet, and humans were not the dominant species. Humans were not the dominant species. Instead, they were like pawns to a higher being of intelligence. Hello, Jay, Mr. J Morris in the building. How you doing? How you doing? Though I know the band Ultra Vomit from France, I know the name, I don't know the material very well. Rias. If a band like Blood on the Dance Floor was still around in 20 years, listen, I don't know. I don't think that band's going to last very much longer. First of all, technically they are not really doing much. They're not really doing much. In fact, I'm pretty sure they are like done or on hiatus or something. Like the walls are closing in on Davey. I do know Cell Dweller. Did I hear Def Heaven's new album from this year? Yes, I did. The only thing about that album that maybe made it a little bit weak is that this is the album where they decided to try to shed some of the skin of their previous material, which is their strongest work. You know, they tried a couple new things, they tried a couple experiments, didn't really work out. Didn't really work out for them as well as it could have. Once they got back to their bread and butter, like they're one of those rare bands where their bread and butter is the thing that they are the best at. Whenever they start to get too artsy, too hipstery and all that shit, you know, that's whenever they kind of fall flat a bit. This right here is, the band is entitled Disperse, and the song is Message from Atlantis. It's available on Season of Mist. As I see a link to the Season of Mist store, and you know how much I love me Season of Mist. Season of Mist is one of my favorite record labels, but now things are going to take a very strange turn. A very odd turn. A turn for the worse? I don't know. It's time for us to go on a picnic of love. This is Anal Cunt with I Respect Your Feelings as a Woman.
I'll be the growing gardener of a bouquet of love.
This is off the album Picnic of Love. How Anal Cunt made an album that was like the opposite of what you were used to. They made an album of love songs. Seth Putnam, the original metal troll. Seth Putnam is one of the only people that would actually think to do this, and would not, and didn't care about his reputation, didn't care about what the fans would think. Like, imagine if you know what Anal Cunt traditionally sounds like, they're very, very different than that, and you see Picnic of Love, you see this album that has on its cover, you know, a damsel-looking woman with a doe right next to her and a squirrel sitting on her knee. You know, there's a bird singing, there's a big old heart, and then the AC logo. Imagine you're a fan of the band, you see this in your record store, you're thinking, oh boy, there's a brand new album from my favorite band, Anal Cunt. And then that's what you hear. And the thing of it is that it's actually, for like what it is, really, really good.
Suffer from bad coverage. Project Bot, a better phone plan from Google.
Fuck you, Google. No one cares. Skyline Severance. You're getting stares? Are you sure that's not because, you know, you're so good looking? Are you giving them one of these? Well, see, here's the thing, Jay. With any scene, and you'll even notice this with some of the Godfathers, there are very few bands that have basically flawless discographies, and usually whenever they do, it's because they evolve their sound little by little. You'll notice that bands that sort of stick around or hover around the same department of the subgenre or the genre that they help build or bring to bigger recognition, if they hover around that same idea, the albums start to suffer. They start to not seem as good because they're trying to replicate something that was organic and came naturally. You know what I mean? It becomes more about satisfying the sound than experimenting and playing with their own sound and taking that sort of next step as a band. Was Cold Like a bad album? It was certainly an interesting album. This one is... Ooh. You can tell you for a fact that Georgia girls are not having it. Georgia girl had this boy. Georgia girl walked away from this boy after a couple months of, whoo boy! That Georgia girl's probably still regretting it. Wait, did I say Georgia boy? Georgia girl. Shit. Fuck. I think I screwed that up. This right here is Trivium. This is a Skyline Severance. I saw Cannibal Corpse at the Gathering, and it was 60% non-metal fans, and Corpse Grinder was happy to see the amount of violence in the pit. Yeah, see, that's the thing, like... So what? Whoa. That was weird. That was weird. Yeah, Georgia Girl had this boy here for a couple of months back in 2010. Now she's got a son that shares my birthday to a guy that wants nothing to do with her. Whoa. Sometimes the things they say about the South are right. I mean, wait a minute. Moving right along. If someone donated hundreds of dollars, would you go through an entire Blood on the Dance Floor album? Yeah. I probably would do that. Like if somebody like, you know, we've had a couple big boys before from like Charles or Justin, or... I don't think Justin would do that because that's like a waste of his money, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the big thing, is that would anybody feel comfortable doing that? I guess it's better than spending the money on their discography, but you're still hearing some of the stuff. You're still, like, acknowledging it exists and all that. Technically speaking, if we go by the traditional rules of it, the whole album is basically the runtime. But, you know, if somebody gave me $1 million, I would definitely do it. I would definitely listen to an entire Blood on the Dance Floor album. Because listen, alright, let's be practical about this. Let's be really, really practical about this. Somebody just gave me $1 million like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. What that could potentially mean is that if I play my cards right, they're going to do that shit again. Or maybe a smaller amount. You know, this is a person that has money, and apparently is very happy about what I do, enjoys what I do. So I may or may not want to keep this sort of... make the person that just donated $1 million not regret that they did that. You know, that's kind of a very important thing to do. To All the Dancers of the World, A Round Form of Fantasy by Sweet Trip is up next. So we dive into the queue for the time being. I think 100 would be a little... that'd be a little light. If I were handed a box of chocolates, what would I do? I would not eat them because I don't know which one I'm going to get. And that unnerves me. Now, if it has like one of those little guides to it, then I'll probably look and see, okay, let's see if it matches up. Oh, look, one I like. And then I probably would die because they're secretly filled with, you know, crack. Is there an amount of money that you won't take? If someone requests a band you hate, like no matter what the amount of money. Ryan, no. There is not. See you later, Riff. You have yourself a good one. The reason for that, Ryan, is because there's no band that I wouldn't, like, never listen to again. Even if it's monetized like that. Like, if it's monetized like that, I will definitely listen to it. We just did a bad song stream last Friday where I listened to songs I have ripped brand new anuses. Like, new orifices. New orify. I have removed old, you know, locations where waste leaves and created new ones. And it's not just because it's incentivized through cash, but it's also, there's the idea that what if I listen to this again and something clicks? I also worked at a music store for 5.5 years, so I didn't have a choice in listening to some of that stuff. Like, some I did, you know, some I was able to manipulate, but a lot of times I wasn't. So you always want to challenge yourself. You always want to challenge yourself. Like, if somebody said, hey, I have here a playlist, a 2-hour playlist full of Ted Nugent being an idiot. You know, not his music, just him saying the horrible things that Ted Nugent says. And I'm going to double or nothing that with the, horrid opinions of Gene Simmons included there. I will give you $500,000 if you can successfully make it through this playlist without rage quitting. And I would do it. Hey, there you go, Lauren. There you go. Good luck to you. Music's kind of quiet. This song is kind of quiet, I've noticed. It's kind of vacant. Like, it's neat, but it's also kind of vacant. Like, part of that is just the song itself. I wouldn't say Olivinium Insanus is like the... Would I say it's the absolute worst album in extreme metal? I don't know. I don't know if I could say that with certainty, because there's a lot of albums in extreme metal. Extreme metal covers a pretty wide radius, and I've definitely not heard everything. I will say that I will reinforce the idea that I do feel that it was death metal's Saint Anger. In so much as it was an experiment that was very, very poorly received, and in many ways damaged Morbid Angel's reputation for quite some time. Yeah, so it damaged their reputation for a lot longer than you might think. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, I'm all for challenging myself. I really am. But whenever this is basically like one of the things that you'll see or one of the things that has been sort of brought over from the Twitch experience, and it's like right out of the Twitch handbook, is that you really don't let people control what you do with your show. Like with music and what we play and stuff like that, and having the song requests for donations and all that, that's me basically saying, hey, I want you to get something out of donating. You know, I want you to get something out of donating to the stream. You know, having a great cause that's attached to it, having the Prize Wars incentive. You know, that's just ways to make the stream more dynamic, more fun, and gives you guys the opportunity to either fund something that you could eventually win, or, you know, a charity will eventually get some of the support, you know what I mean? But, never really are you meant to, you're never really meant to just to take something from chat, like a demand from somebody, hey, you should play this. Hey, this should be what you do next. Why are you playing this garbage? You should play this. Like, first of all, that's just rude. And second of all, what the handbook will tell you from day one to day final is that you say, I will do that, however, I'm going to need an amount of money. And you know what? I agree with it. I agree with it completely. Have you ever gone into like a shoe store and say, hey, I like shoes, but what you should really be selling is toenails. Or what you should really be selling is socks. You should really sell socks, not shoes. Is that store going to change what they sell and what they do? Are they going to shift up their entire business model just for you? Just because you mentioned that? Don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. Like a lot of people will say to me, you should play a lot more metal in stream. You play a lot of other stuff that isn't metal. What the fuck? Well, here's the thing. I'm also not just a metal fan. I'm a music fan. So, if I have the opportunity to take a look at the queue and see that Dave Matthews' Crush is on there, which we played a 4-minute version of yesterday, but today is the full 8-minute version. Yeah, I'm going to play the hell out of it. I will play the hell out of that song. But then I will also play some metal after that, however. Still Life by Opeth is just an amazing album. I mean, it's just... It's one that I also see not get mentioned maybe as much as I expected it would be. But I also know that with a lot of fans, and I am also of this camp, so I am by no means excluded from this. I am by no means excluded from this. Ended by Hanging Garden. Not sure if you've requested this song before. Does not ring a bell, Maru. And Hanging Garden is excellent. They're kind of like one of those like little hidden, like one of those bands I kind of kept on in sort of the back of my back pocket, I guess is the best way I could put it. That's like one of those back pocket bands for me. Haven't heard anything from them in a little while. Despite that back pocket nature, they were also a band I sadly didn't follow nearly as closely as I probably should have. $6 though for Mario to hear that track. We will get into that next. That'll be our next song. We're almost at $250 for our donation, by the way, to the Ronnie House. That's amazing. That is amazing. Best Dave album is Before These Crowded Streets. I don't know, man. I'd say Best Dave Matthews album is like any of the numerous live releases that have come out, especially Central Park. Oh my god. But then again, you have to go with Central Park of what year? Because Jesus, or Red Rocks. There was a spring/fall dynamic. Really, what year was that even? Like 04 or 05, where I spent a lot of time in a couple of my roommates' vehicles, and all we would do, like, they would get new Dave either from their web shop or like the free downloads that they had, and so we would just listen to that no matter where we went. It was awesome, man. And before I went to school, before I went to college, I hated Dave Matthews. I don't know what was wrong with me. I hated Dave Matthews so much. Like, I didn't think I'd ever get into this band. That didn't last very long. That did not last very long, trust me. $3 from Goku. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Wants to hear Black by 7 Dust. Good choice. Good choice, my friend. I'm trying to remember. Yours is the number 4, correct? Yours is number 4, Goku? Side up or upside down. Goku is to number 3. Number 3 is getting close. Number 3 is getting damn close. You take a look at that number 3. It is under $75 away from being funded. Among the Living or White Noise? Among the Living, for sure. I'm also a huge fan of Persistence of Time, though. That was the first Anthrax album I ever had. I'll be honest. Well, yeah, because the single version of this, we played the single version last night, Reed. I think you already had left. It was only like 4 minutes and 13 seconds. It's the one they played on the radio. That radio edit just, ugh. I hate that radio edit. It still hits correctly, but you miss out on so much with Dave songs whenever you cut 4 minutes out of them. Like, listen to the build here. This is just an extended build. We're gonna play We Are Number One. We played that on Friday. We played that track on Friday. But yeah, if it's donated for, absolutely. 100% I will. But thank you, Demaru. We have Hanging Garden coming up next, then we have Black by 7 Dust. Among the Living? Some people trash it. What do they trash it for? Do they just trash it because it's Anthrax? That seems kind of odd. Oh. Well, the thing is that radio stations, Reed, I'll actually give you a little bit of not reality, I guess. That sounds really harsh, but a lot of radio stations want things condensed. They want things condensed to between like 4 minutes for radio edits, maybe a little longer. You know, there are some stations that will just say to hell with that. You know, there was a radio station close to me that used to play the full No More Tears, the 7-minute version of No More Tears by Ozzy. That same station now, 10 to 15 years later, plays a radio edit which butchers the build up toward the solo and the solo itself. $5, by the way, from Goku. Wants to hear Council of Wolves and Stinks by Dimmu. Going to number 3. Thanks, bud. So, like, I imagine that they cut this part right here from the radio edit because they felt that the radio fans would not want to hear it. Maybe some jackass said, oh, that would put him to sleep. Hell no, man. I like the variety. And it's always fun to hear this song played with others. Warren Hayes, for example, extending solos. I would love to see Dave hook up with Joe Bonamassa. I think that would be an amazing show. Charles in the building. Hey, Charles, what's going on? Play The Reason by Andy McNee. He says, we got you in fourth right now on the queue. Thanks for the $5, dude. I appreciate that, man. Which of the prizes that are heading towards my friend? Which of the prizes is that heading toward? I know you're probably going to say it doesn't matter, but to the end, frowny face. Love it. Love this person. Whoever made this. Up next, we have a little hanging garden, and no, not the Cure song. We have Ennen. These guys, like I said, they're kind of like a little back pocket secret group that has actually been around for a little while, and yeah. Unless I'm thinking, wait a minute. Am I thinking of are there two bands with the same name? Wait a minute. This may be one of those two bands with the same name, Philosopha. Number 3. The meth sub. Did I actually put it like that? The things of... Oh god, I nearly did. That's pretty funny. That is pretty damn funny. Also pretty horrible at the same time. Oh, this is the same band. Okay, never mind. Would you rather be blind and have no legs, or to be deaf and have no arms? I'd rather you stop asking these questions. God damn it. I don't know. I feel like I'm playing that Would You Rather game on Google right now. Like, what the world? Like, there was one, I was watching a video about that game, and one of them was like, would you rather cure cancer or have first contact with aliens? Don't hate me, but everything I could donate I spend on vodka. Isn't that required? Isn't that required by rule of the Russian government? I could do political humor now and say that the only thing that you're allowed to fund that's American are elections. Da 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 da. Political humor. No. Fucking with y'all. This is the same band. There is a band that I could swear to you, they might have actually been Russian. I can't think of them now. I'll have to go on a search personally. Would I rather see Cannibal Corpse or Slayer? I've seen Slayer live. I've seen Cannibal Corpse live. Huh. Paradox. Weird that. Probably Cannibal Corpse at this point. Because I didn't see the Slayer show that's in Pittsburgh, so I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to see Slayer again. Humor is being attacked by overly sensitive crybabies. I agree. Would I rather see Tommy Vex go back to Divine Heresy or Wexfield? I'd probably say Divine Heresy. I think there's more that could be done with that project. I'm pretty sure I think there's a lot more that can be done with that project. I have no feelings now that Riff is gone. No, that's the vodka talking, honey. Nah. Most underrated Metallica song. I still think that there is a certain underrated element to Escape. No notification? Oh. That's weird. I'd probably still have to go with Escape for that, because that is like the literal, like, one song from their first 4 albums that I hear no talk about, are people universally saying, oh, it sounds too much like the hair metal all the time, or blah blah blah. Low Man's Lyric? It's an awesome song. Alright, Water Blanc, thanks for the humor, my friend. Have yourself a good one. CKN Club out. For, well, Walter Blanc out. CKN Club still here. Hi, how you doing? This game is a really good song. It's a really, really good song. The Unnamed Feeling. The Unnamed Feeling gets wrapped up within a shit album. And as a result, it's kind of underrated. You know that song, Master of Puppets? I think that's really underrated, dude. Not enough people talk about that song. Mario now reminding me that I need to, like, catch up on a Hanging Garden. Because I've clearly missed something. Because that's just what I do, is miss things. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I also feel like Hanging Garden is a band that is very much more appreciated and loved in Europe rather than America, which is a shame. Like, I feel like Anathema fans would really, really love Hanging Garden quite a bit. Up next we have Black by Seven Dust. That is next on our emerging or re-emerging playlist. This is from the self-titled release, which I just had to put away my burnt copy of. Yeah, and that's where I think the Anathema fans would feel like kind of right at home, is because of that moodiness of it. I know that they have the opportunity to be a little bit more straightforward, and not quite as mood-driven as that track, or at least in their older days. Like, didn't they start? I feel like they started off very different. Like, they started off as more of a like a traditional death metal band, or like a, I can't even think right now. Might as well just look it up on fucking Encyclopedia Metallium, Metal Archives. I don't think we have any El Nino on the all request chat there, or on that screen there, but I know we have some non-point. And it seems like non-point is a pretty big entity among some of the members of the nation. See Fish or Dave Matthews? I've never seen either of them. I'm more into Dave, so I'd probably select Dave. Fish isn't all that bad, you know. I just don't like him as much. So, yep, gotta do my homework, yep. You're absolutely right, Mauro. I don't read their reviews, I don't read their reviews. And if I do, I don't really take them to heart. Those are some fucking tryhards, man. There are some big tryhards on the Metal Archives. I hate to say it. Those of y'all who actually write some of those reviews, I definitely know that the ones I'm reading aren't yours. That's the thing. Like, I definitely know that it ain't y'all writing them. $2 from Metal Fury to play some El Nino wants to hear How Can I Live. That's going to number 4, like before. It's amazing how long it's been since this album came out, and man, this is like 20 years by itself. Oh! Ha! I made a mistake, I think. In a memento. I need to take a look at something. I think I may have made a slight error. Oh, wait. Maybe I didn't. Nope. There's a potential I made an error. Ruh-roh. Gotta make sure everything stays accurate. Oops. Yeah. No, I'm fine. Good. No error. Never mind. I'm full of it. Bam. Seven Dust, Black. Up next we have Council of Wolves and Snakes by Demi Borger. Burger Demigu. Or as some people call them, Dummy Burger. This is the, this is off of Aeonian. Aeonian. Off the new fucking album, which is honestly, like I said, it's about a 17 out of 30. It's not bad, but I don't know. Wasn't a big fan of what I heard completely, but that's alright. To each their own. Svetlana, I will see you later. I will see you later. You have yourself a good one. See you there, Svetlana. I will try once again for cat pictures tonight. Well, I couldn't write a note on my forehead. Dot 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 dot. Everything's being done in code. There's just a little problem here. Hey EJ, how you doing? Ah, Eddie the Head. Okay, I remember you from before. What's going on, man? Good to see you again, EJ. Good to see you again. Yo, whenever I go on break, I'm gonna look funny as fuck, man, because I'm in, like... Maybe I should have told Svetlana this, which would have helped her out a little bit, you know, helped her with the night, but... Like, this little pair of shorts. Today was not a very good day to put on a lot of clothing. It was like 92 degrees here. It was fucking absurdly warm. Hell Awaits or Rain and Blood. I personally would go between those two, Rain and Blood. If that was like Hell Awaits and Show No Mercy, it'd be Show No Mercy. Show No Mercy or Rain and Blood, Show No Mercy. Favorite Bullet Club leader, The Cleaner, Kenny Omega. I don't know. I like AJ Styles too. I like Prince Devitt. I like Bad Luck Fale. I like the stable. Like, there's nothing about the stable I would have changed aside from Jeff Jarrett having been a part of it for like 5 seconds. Honestly, Jeff Jarrett being in the Bullet Club for a cup of coffee, I think, was stupid. Just like him being the, what was that, the AAA champion? The AAA heavyweight champion. You know, basically closed out one of their biggest events, and he took the title. Come on now. Why do I like Ariana Grande? I like her voice a lot. I also, whenever I was younger, really liked Mariah Carey's voice a lot. I don't know why. They were just, those are folks that I just sort of identified. I identified as singers I liked and enjoyed. Mariah Carey partially was because her music videos are also always pretty good. With Ari, it's more of the voice thing. Like, I heard the voice and just sort of fell in love. Whatever. Till Lindemann is Rammstein. JBL or the Bradshaw persona. If I had to select, I guess I'd go with JBL. Because I can have a respect for a heel that can talk. I don't think that JBL should have ever been champion. I don't think he ever should have been a world heavyweight champion. But having a heel that can talk like that, I always like that. I always like that. Current song is Council of Wolves and Snakes by Dimmu Borgir. Do I remember Alanis Morissette? I do. Terrible voice? I don't know about all that. I would probably disagree with that. I would definitely disagree with that, actually. I'm gonna go grab something while, wait a minute. I hope this is not... Okay, his fingers were moving far too fast for that to be what I thought it was. I thought that this was a cover of The Reason by Hoobastank. This is Andy McKee with The Reason acoustic guitar session. This is very calming. I like this so far. You hated how they made Jamie L lose to Rey Mysterio all the time. Rey Mysterio is was somebody that's got pushed for the wrong reasons. And they didn't need to do that. Miz versus Ziggler versus Gargano versus Raymond Rowe versus Abyss versus EC3. God. A person that I would want win that matchup is probably either Gargano or Raymond Rowe. But the way I would book the match would be that Miz goes for the cheap victory and then gets rolled up by EC3. Because Miz has been a great heel for 10 years. EC3 has as well, but he's just burst onto the WWE scene, so to speak. So how do you perhaps make him even more identifiable or likable with the fans, which he can then tear down and really show himself to be completely self-motivated, but have him roll up the A-lister? Katy Perry or Ariana Grande? Grande. Wait, are we going with like actual music, or are we looking at looks or something like that? Like, I don't want to be a sexist pig here, you know. If we're going just on pure musical talent, I'm going with Grande. You know, I'm going to go with Grande across the board, because I just realized that I didn't even recognize Katy Perry the last time that I saw like her on television or whatever. I just realized that. So, yeah, we're gonna make that real nice and easy. Yeah, Mango requests Ariana Grande from time to time, and that is a source of happiness for the both of us. I do enjoy how very chill that this is. Sometimes I feel like I'm listening to, whenever I listen to nice acoustic instrumental rock, I feel like I'm in a room, there's a fire going or something like that, and sometimes I see children there, and children are playing happily, and you see a man and a woman, or two men or two women, you know, paint the picture yourself, you weirdos, and they're just surveying what's around them, and they're saying, that'll do. That'll do. Haley Williams or Avril Lavigne? I don't know. Why'd you have to go make things so complicated? What's the name of the band? It's like Charlotte McGogginer? Maybe An Abstract Illusion might be what you're thinking. Oh my god, Chocho. I was walking through the mall the other day, and there's not much of a mall left where I live now, and plus the FYE's going out of business, which is depressing but hysterical at the same time. But let's just, you know, let's just move on from that. And there was a poster. There was a poster up for JoJo for some like back to school thing. She looks freaking weird. She looks freaking weird to me. I don't know what it is. You know, I don't want to disrespect, you know, a kid. You know, disrespecting a kid's kind of rude, but you know, Disney choosing this kid, like, what is she? Does she have a show? Like, what's her story? What's her story? I don't have time to look this stuff up. What's JoJo's story? MCR or FOB? I was never in either of them, so I can't. I have no horse in that race. Or no race in that horse. Whoa, that makes me something. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's going to be one I'm going to want to listen to a little later on, whenever I'm not talking to people, and I can just sit back and kind of zone out. Thanks for that, Charles. That's awesome. I appreciate it, man. How Can I Live by El Nino up next, and then I think I'm going to go to break. I'll go to a quick recess, and at that point, we'll see where we're at and what we're doing. Maybe I will leave you guys at break with a Metallica song, which honestly, you know, it was said here it's the best track off of Master of Puppets. I actually kind of think it's a little, underrated. I think it's a little bit of an underrated track. So while I'm on break, I'll let you guys listen to it and sort of debate whether or not that's a true statement or not. I also have to pee while I'm at it. Derp. Yeah, like I'm just not a very big fan. There was a video that was on Facebook that one of my friends posted about MCR, like about their evolution throughout the years, and really, it made me realize that they were just never a band I was going to get into, like no matter how many times I tried. Because I hadn't listened to anything MCR for a little bit aside from anything that's been posted on here. I just tried to sit through and listen to these singles. You know, I couldn't even do that. Like, it just doesn't register for me. It's just not for me. Oh, I like El Nino. You know, this is a group that I found out about quite a number of years ago. There used to be on digital cable packages during the late 90s and the first part of the 2000s, those, like, they might still have them now, I don't know. All those music channels at the end that basically they just play a loop of music from different bands. I found a lot of heavy metal from those stations, and El Nino was one of them. I never did pick up a record, though. I don't own any El Nino, else I would probably be offering them in the CD sale. Genesis is the worst prog band? I don't know about all that. Genesis had a pretty damn good 1970s. We Can't Dance is pretty good too, and honestly, even some of the stuff that they did as a three-piece with Phil Collins before he went solo was really good too. I listen to Jesus He Knows Me, and I really like the song. I don't know, it's just me. I'm trying to, when was this released? I don't know. There was people that were talking about Nonpoint, and I've actually seen Nonpoint live. They're a really good live band. Anyway, we're going to take a short break. I'm going to take a short break at least. Go clean out my system and get a little bit more to drink, because I am just about out of water. Oh no! I think I'm out of Monster. Well, not yet, but I am now. But at any rate, while I'm gone, I guess this Metallica song can't be too underrated because it does have 1 million views on YouTube. But Disposable Heroes off of Master of Puppets. Is it underrated? Is it an underrated Metallica song? We'll talk about it a little bit whenever I get back. Things that happened, I don't remember. For $200. So I'm pretty sure that my landlord, who is probably in his 50s, just cruised up to the apartment here, jamming Eminem. Hey, Gamma, what's going on, my man? That's pretty damn funny. Hi, EJ. You have yourself a good one, man. Have a good one. I think that this song is not as underrated as Leper Messiah, for example, on Master of Puppets. I really don't think it's all that underrated. I think it's kind of in the middle. I think it's in that nice little centerpiece. Surprisingly, that is not you are not the first people to have called me Marky Moo. Yeah, that is not new. I had a friend that I used to play Left 4 Dead and Halo 3 with from Florida who used to do that as well. So that is not a new thing. Hey, let's have a little bit of fun. Who likes music that involves a lot of burping? When the Sun Drank the Weight of Water by Demlick. Let's do it. Why not? Let's have a little bit of fun today. I remember watching Cliff 'Em All on VHS, dude. I remember that shit. Leper Messiah is the odd track out on Master of Puppets. I will agree with that statement, but I still think it has its place. Hey man, you can request just about anything that you want. Your dollar can fund just about anything. We have played some ridiculous... We played Hong Kong 97 on this stream. Alright. Don't make me play rap after this. I'll do it. Y'all know I like a little bit of hip-hop. Don't make me do it. I'll straight up do it. I do have... I will toot my own horn and say that my taste in hip-hop's pretty good. I will say my taste in hip-hop's pretty good. Old school hip-hop is bomb. It's absolutely true. Like, Golden Age hip-hop is bomb. There's some bomb stuff from this era, you know? There's a lot of stuff out there that I can't really get behind because it sounds kind of samey, but doesn't mean that I dismiss it completely. SoundCloud rap is annoying as shit. Though I might have found something from, like, that was ironically off of SoundCloud that I actually like. If I could remember the artist's name off the top of my head without having to go back to the original Cryos video, then that'd be kind of cool. Muska Beats with Verses of Doom. Number 4, correct? Like I said, you'll always have to remind me. The sun, BRB, the sun is currently drinking the weight of the water. Yep, number 4, as I expected. And one of the big reasons why I can't get behind a lot of pop music is sort of the same reason, is because there's a lot of similarities there. Like, too many similarities there. I see there's a little delay. Hold on, I'm going to fix that. Slight little delay there. That was kind of annoying whenever I was looking at the stream itself. We should be back by now, I hope. People think that the Earth is the center of the universe. Well, duh, we are. Like, you don't think that the Earth is the center of the universe? My God, where have you been? Where have you been, John? Earth is totally the center of the universe. Nah. Nah, your computer didn't kill itself. That was me. I was irritated. I was irritated with the delay that I saw. Muska Beats with Verses of Doom. Oh wow, Jeru de Damaja. Wow. Okay. That's what's up. Here we go. Here we go. No.
It goes like this.
Yeah.
For all your new jacks that never heard me spit, bring beats, rhymes, and freaks and watch me split shit. Bang like Bloods and Crips, too legitimate to quit. MCs talk big, but sonic waves crack your helmet.
Yeah, we'll probably be going for another 45 minutes or so, I would say. Like I said, unless the queue gets backed up, then we'll do a little bit of overtime. I was smart today. I ate before the stream, so I'm not hungry. I'm still a little hungry, but not nearly as bad as I was yesterday. Yesterday was bad. Yesterday I was like, I forgot to get a drink. Oh well. That's my own fault right there. I rhyme in beeps and blips so I can rhyme cold, flow like ocean, salt water erode. When the mic is in my grip, it's sure to corrode, and I glide across the beat like Joe. Turn it up. Competition, holy like a Mormon. Potent as dust, I have you all stumbling. Smoke too much, you space the fuck out like Flash Gordon. Rock this shit from morning to morning. It's so hot it have rappers wanna stop recording. So I can't say it because I'm white. He can say it. He can totally say it. It's okay. I'm gonna totally post a meme on Facebook that I'm not sure what it's gonna do. I'm not sure what it's gonna do. If it causes more trouble and I lose a couple more people, oh well. Man, I haven't heard some Jeru in a long time. This is one I've actually not heard from Jeru, so this is pretty awesome. I like this beat. I like the beat. 2003? Makes sense. I was gonna say, this definitely has that old school kind of vibe to it, but it sounds like it has much better production to it. Migos. Yo, I'm sorry, I'm not bad and bougie enough to understand that. I'm not bad and bougie enough to understand that. It's just not my not my side of hip hop, I guess. Somebody mentioned Spine Shank earlier. Let's play a little. Let's play Smothered by Spine Shank. Little Spine Shank in your ear hole today. Now, I remember whenever this album first came out too. Jeez. Like, the funny thing is that it's just, man, like, sometimes during these streams, whenever things are requested and come out and stuff, I can remember going to the music store and seeing the album sitting on the shelf. I can remember hearing something from the album, or maybe the song that was requested for the first time. I guess this is a trip. It's a trip kind of being, like, on this side of the generation gap. You know, it was really cool to be on the, like, discovery side back whenever I was younger. Although we didn't have, like, the power of YouTube and all that stuff in order to make things a little bit easier for us, but we had to actually, we had to go and listen to samples in the music store. They used to have shit like that and all that. Either that or just take a blind guess and say, you know, well, this was recommended. They said I'd probably like it, so I'm going to try it. You know? And then, of course, like I said, talk about this digital cable, those music little mixes there. That was a super cool innovation that I really, really loved and learned a lot from. That was the first I heard of Dream Theater, actually. I heard Dream Theater on one of those stations. I heard Strange Deja Vu off of Metropolis, and immediately wanted that album. Yeah, I saw the list that was on that Musca Beats album, and it was like that list was just, it was like a who's who of old school hip hop in a weird way, in like many ways. Like I saw Biz Markie and NWA, like or members of NWA on there. Like, just looks really cool, man. Megadeth YouTube channel just uploaded the making of Risk. What a risky upload. Very risky upload, that. The heck? Oh, what? Oh! I'm hitting the wrong thing. Up next, we're going to have a track from the Rasmus. We're going to have In the Shadows. I kind of wish now, like all these years later, that I would have picked up this album. I never did. Oh well, you know, what are you going to do? In the Shadows by Rasmus, or The Rasmus. 37 million views. I'd say this is probably one of their bigger songs. Oh, I don't care about your turbo engines and your Infinity Elantra or VC Turbo or whatever the fuck this is. I would only care about it if I owned it and was driving it. It was like, ooh, yes, yes, yes. Prodigy the band, though. Come on now. Prodigy the band is pretty sick. Pretty good stuff. Remember In the Shadows from 2004? I don't, actually. Everything with Rasmus that I hear from that you have requested is brand spanking new to me, Mango. What's the song that got me into metal/rock? That's an excellent question. I have no idea. I don't know. As my music journey is kind of all over the place. I listened to old school rock and roll, like 50s and 60s, from a very, very young age. Then went to pop music with Michael Jackson and Prince and stuff like that. TLC. Then went to rap for a little bit with like Coolio, Busta Rhymes, and that little generation. And then I went to alternative because I was listening to alternative radio to chronicle really the first band or the first song that I heard that really just said wow, you know. I don't know if I could do that because I think it's always been sort of part of my musical philosophy. But like Bad Religion, I'm a really big fan of like early 90s Bad Religion. I like some of the other stuff too, don't get me wrong, but Addicted, for example, oh man. Or is it Afflicted? Shit. See, my knowledge is going like little by little. I feel like my brain is corroding with my music knowledge. But yeah, I'm a Bad Religion fan, yeah. One of the Infected, thank you, Gamma. I appreciate that, man. I was on the complete like opposite end of the spectrum there. This is why I like having a community, man. However, I don't know where I was going with that. I have no idea where I was going with that. I haven't taken my medicine today. I just realized that. That could be a problem. Oh well. I'm afflicted, you're addicted, yeah, see? 2004, I was in college, so I honestly didn't hear the radio a lot. Necro? You have a good one, man. Oh, I remember what I was going to say now. Bad Religion was one of the bands that whenever I went to like the one and only Warped Tour that I attended, that was the band that I wanted to see. That was the band that I wanted to see. And unfortunately, due to circumstances that were outside of my control, I was unable to fulfill that dream. And that was it's something that is very bothersome to me to this day. Something that bothers me quite a bit. I'm not very happy about the fact that I was unable to see them live. What had happened was that one of the other members of the party that I was with got rather ill because it was done. It was on a very warm day. It was on a very hot day, so it ended up getting to her, and after going to the medical tent, it was just determined that the best thing to do was just to bounce, to avoid any further issues. Which was it was kind of a hard decision to make because you don't want to have that stuff happen. You don't really want to have that stuff happen or anything like that, but no real choice there. Eagle has landed by Avatar. That's what's up next for us. We're steaming through the latter portion of our stream for this afternoon. Remember, tomorrow I will not be here. Tomorrow I will not be streaming. However, Thursday and Friday I will be, and Thursday and Friday are big streams. I'll probably be talking about it a little bit on the social medias and everything like that, because those are going to be the last two streams. Those are going to be the last two streams that are part of the Prize Wars idea. So we will find out at the end of Friday's stream what prizes will be given out, how much the cash prize potentially could be. Let's take a look at it real quick, actually. I mean, I know that you can see it on your screen, but I have to pop it up. The Metalhead Box 3-month subscription. I have to lay his back. It's pissing me off. I wonder if there's something I can close down. I don't know. Anyway, $337.06 for the Metalhead Box 3-month subscription. It is $62.94 away from being a guaranteed payout. So remember, if we make it a $400 with any of these prizes, they will be a guaranteed give out. Cash prize is at $261.14, which means it's about $138 away from being paid out. Actually, a little closer to $139. So that one's really within striking distance also. $100 Hell's Headbangers gift card needs a little bit of help. That one needs a little bit of help. $217.80 for that one to be a guaranteed payout. It's in third place right now, but it really needs a lot of love. It's going to need a couple of not just one big boy. It's going to require a number of big boys. It's going to be that 4 terabyte Western Digital external hard drive, which is at $46.41. Yikes. That is a little far off. Remember though, 30% of all donations will be going to the Ronnie James Dio Cancer Fund. So if you donate $10, for example, $3 will head to the Cancer Fund. What is left over will go toward funding the prizes that we will be potentially giving out. and also, you know, to help the streamer live and not die. As of right now, our donation to the Ronnie fund is at $248.04. Do I know lore? I don't believe I do. I don't believe that I do, Gamma. Don't quote me on that, but the name is not ringing a bell at the moment, so I'm going to say no. I'm going to say, to be fair, you know, I'm going to say no. Parkway Drive is going to be up next with Kronos. I have no idea who requested this. They just signed it with much wow. They just signed it with much wow. They're from my town? What, like Pittsburgh? Because I'm actually south of Pittsburgh, so I don't know everything. If they're from like, my actual town, that'll be very, very surprising. That'll be a very big surprise and a shock even to me. I need to look at... Come on, phone. Help me out here. Moderate coming in hot. Van Daren. I need to see this bigger. Help. My eyes suck. Code Orange is from Pittsburgh, that is true. Van Daren by Norman. This is from the 90s, she says. It's going toward number 3, the $4 right there. I don't know if you want to hear this or not, Monroe, because you have been extremely generous throughout this event, and I'm very, very thankful for that. Definitely much love coming your direction for your generosity during the event. You are right now number 1 whenever it comes to the top donor. You are the top donor so far. You are the top donor thus far. And like I said, I kind of want to do something for the top donor. Want to send them something, or I don't know. If I had merch, I'd like offer you a store credit or something. I don't know. I want to do something for you guys. Some of you have been phenomenally generous and very, very good to not only me throughout the years, but also to the various causes that we have supported and have been very, very good to the stream. You know, we're a smaller community, but we are a small community that does really, really big things. Top donor right now, Gamma, is Maru. My European spirit animal reanimated into flesh, considering, oh my god. Whew! Until I run out of my spending money. Maru, I think that you should buy yourself something nice. I think you should do something nice for yourself. You've been incredibly nice to me, like way nicer than I would have ever expected. But I'm very thankful. I appreciate it. Like I said, we're a small community, but we do big things. We do big things because of the generosity of you guys, and I hope that that's partially because I'm setting a good example, but I don't necessarily know if that's true or not. Although I will say, if you ever watch, it'd be really hard to find the exact moments, or you know, if they don't read the donation, then there's no way that you know. But like GDQs and the Euro Speedrun Association, like all that stuff, ooh, I love giving to those causes a lot. I like giving to those causes a lot. and actually hate the fact that I cannot give more to those causes, because a lot of those causes are excellent. Doctors Without Borders, they've done things for autism awareness, they have done cancer societies, things of that variety, and that's big stuff for me. You know, that's important stuff to me. Not so much, you know, not to say it's not important, but to me, I don't have as much of a close connection to the autism awareness thing. But I think it's still a really good cause for those that do support that. I think it's an excellent cause, considering it's something that we're still learning a lot about. And anything that we can fund to get really critical information, like health information or whatever, or just learn more about the things that afflict us, I think it's a really important thing. Wow. Oh man, Gamma right now just... Cats are still #1. Hell yes. I agree, Mario. I agree. Listen, so long as I am a streamer, however long that lasts that I am a streamer, I will have at least one marathon a year, or like one event a year that is going to be dedicated to either one-of-a-kind pets or a cat-related charity. That is a guarantee. That is a guarantee. Like, no questions asked. One day, it would be super cool if we ever got big enough that one day we'd be able to give them a donation that's in the 6 figures. I think that'd be amazing. That'd be one for sure that I would love to, like, walk right in and just say, yo, how y'all doing? But that would be probably one that I would have to do that with. Oh shit, I would absolutely have to do that, or like do some sort of secure transfer. I just realized, or it would all have to be like everybody going directly to their link or something like that and doing it one at a time, because holy crap, yeah, PayPal doesn't allow you to do a transfer that's, I think, over $10,000 at a time. By the way, rock and roll. Parkway Drive. Nice track. That outro. More bands need to take the cue from things like that. I'll tell you. And I will tell you why. Because it really does offer a nice experience. And those sort of outros, if they are not done all the time, like if they're done tastefully, they do some great work to really build up the atmosphere of a track. Norman. I look at this group and I just think I'm going to get into some like folky stuff, or maybe or they're going to completely surprise me and this is going to be really upbeat. Folk was definitely a good guess. Folk was definitely a really good guess. If I ever win in a lottery, oh, let me tell you, Mario, you and I could talk about this forever. And in fact, I might have to send you an email, because I just realized that I could do that if I wanted to, considering it's right there with your PayPal info. I might have to send you an email and just have to do a little back and forth, because I have a very large plan that will never happen, because I'm never going to win the lotto. Because first of all, in order to win the lotto, you have to play, and I barely play. You know, I don't want to throw my money away all that much. But of course, I'm never going to win the lotto if I don't play. But oh man, the things that I would want to do, and actually some of the things that I would hope wouldn't happen. Yeah, it's my biggest fear about the lotto and winning something like that, or getting any sort of huge sum of money where it becomes public record, or the people start to, people learn or know about it. I don't want to be assaulted by people all the damn time asking me for money. You know, like, money is such a scourge. You know, the concept is such a scourge and causes so much pain and causes people to act ridiculous, you know. I would want to do a lot of charity work with a really big lotto hit, I'll tell you. Like, that's one thing that I would want to do big time. Of course, first thing I would do, no matter what, calculate the tax, put that shit in a bank account that gains a little bit of interest. You know, even if it's just a little tiny bit of interest, just let that amount sit there until the taxes come around. I don't take an annuity plan. I take a lump sum plan, for sure. I take lump sum, because you only have to pay the taxes once. You only have to pay the taxes once because you only receive the income once. You know what I mean? I know this doesn't apply to a lot of y'all that are right now in chat. Probably haven't given this any sort of thought. Just think, oh, I won the lottery. You're going to blow it and get a boat or, you know, 15 hookers. All of which will decide after that you pay them an obscene amount of money that they don't need to touch you because they don't need to do the work anymore. But yeah, it's just amazing. Cats are one of the worst environmental disasters that my country has ever seen. What did you guys have? A lot of birds? A lot of birds and mice? Cats are amazing. Dogs are cool too. Don't think I'm hating. Because I'm not. I'm not hating. I'm not even debating. I'm not even debating, y'all. That's right. Elderwind. Elderwind with the magic of nature. Let's get natural. You guys know what it's like to be natural? Live off of the land. You guys know what it's like to step outside of a hut that you made yourself and, you know, you just step out there naked. You know, there's absolutely nothing there. You know, it's just you're dangling. You're looking around at the forest. And maybe you have a wolf companion. Maybe you have a spear that you made from the remnants of a beat up oak tree and some arrowheads that you found. See you later, Metal Fury. You have yourself a good one. They kill about 1.8 million lizards daily. Oh. Wow, I didn't know that. Big Liz. Oh, you're definitely a big Lizards fan. Paradise Pythons makes total sense. Apparently, I just learned that one of that Nemo apparently jumped on me while I was asleep this morning, and I needed to recover from it. I don't remember this, so this is going to be interesting. This is going to be one of those moments where CKN learns about things that he does after they happen. After they happen. So that'll be interesting. Hi, John. John Joe Fitzpatrick Jingleheimer Schmidt. What's up? How you doing, my man? Thanks again to you, Morrow. I appreciate that. It's going to be a close race, I think, until the last day. I have a feeling on the final day, it's going to be there's going to be a very big boy, probably. There usually always is. I don't deny it. I know folks are probably getting ready for it, saving up for it. Every single time we've done this, which we've done this twice, this is the third time we've ever done blank wars. You know, we've done bid wars twice, and now we're doing prize wars. The last day has always been nuts. It's always been the most absurd day of the experience. So, yeah. If there's a stream you want to be at, it's this Friday's. And plus, we're going to try and start the Friday stream a little earlier, like maybe at 2 o'clock, as opposed to 4. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer stream. Like, this one will probably run for about another 15 minutes or so. We're going to probably clock out at about 3 hours of stream time. Fridays is going to definitely be longer, and I have a feeling Thursdays might be a little longer too, just because we know, or people will know at that point, that we're reaching the end of the Prize Wars. Just 2 streams after this for Prize Wars. And as of right now, our only prize being given out is going to be the Metalhead Box 3-month subscription. That's simply because it's winning. Head up in the air and feet on the ground. What are my thoughts on the band Creeper? One of those horror punk bands that has potential to be big in the upcoming future. I don't think I've heard much from them. Horror punk is always... here's the thing about horror punk. It's always going to have a place. It's always going to have an audience. True punk music is always going to have an audience. Because it's something that is influenced by generation. And even if the idea of punk has changed throughout the course of the last couple of decades, that just brings fuel for revitalization. And I'm surprised that there aren't bands that are emerging in that style that are reacting very negatively toward what's going on in America or what's going on in the world in general, you know. I mention America because, you know, this is where I am. Hello, you know, it's what I know best. You know, no disrespect to any of the other issues that are going on in the world. You know, I know that this is we're in one of the worst probable moments of history or spots of history that has not involved a cataclysmic world war. You know. But in many ways, every war we've been in since then has been similar to a world war, considering it's involved coalition forces. Isn't that kind of interesting? And this music is a great backdrop for this, like, intellectual thought process. Gamma says he's going for 1 more. He's going for 1 more. And it's a $10 big boy. Thanks, Gamma. I appreciate that. Let's see what we have here. I have a feeling I know the band that's going to be requested here. Yes! Dusk by Lore for the last song on stream, which, that's what it'll be. That's what it'll probably be. For number 3, he says, which is helping number 3 get even closer. Number 3 is now under $50 away. I don't know, maybe it will be the last song. Maybe I'll play 1 more and then I'll play that track. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll see. Gecko Filth, what's going on, man? Nice to see you. I am going to update that cash prize amount because it's up another $1. Up to $84.08. Man, imagine walking out of a stream. Imagine walking out of a stream $84. I'm questioning whether or not I'm going to have this be open only to folks that have donated. I'm questioning that. I know that seems kind of unfair. And plus, not everybody might be there. I don't know. What'll probably happen, though, is that at the end of Friday... At the end of Friday, we'll probably get we'll get our final total. And I don't know if we're going to do the giveaway on Friday or not. We probably will, considering hopefully that's when the most, you know, the big conglomeration of people will be. Am I going to do any more discography reviews? No, I haven't done a discography review in a long time. Rank 'em alls are not out of the question. I actually have 2 that are in the kind of in the pipeline that need to come out. 1 for Trivium and 1 for Enslaved. You know what? Yeah, I think we're going to pop 1 song more before we get into that song. If Andy were here at the moment, there'd be a track that I know that you would totally approve of playing prior to yours. Gamma, but unfortunately he is not present. He is not present, so we will not do that. It's one that you have requested quite a bit in your time. Let me take a look and see who's here. This is getting... we're definitely thinning out the queue. That is certainly happening. The hell with it. This one doesn't have a name by it. So there's a Bluetooth Nord with Liber 3. And then we'll get to our last track. Which is What Once Was. Or should I say off of What Once Was. No. No, it wasn't Alters. Think 2016. I could probably just... it would be probably too hard to guess. Skeletons of Light. Skeletons of Light is now on the queue. Andy special requested a change to one of his tracks. He said he'd probably be listening to quite a bit of it today because of his grandma's passing yesterday, which is pretty awesome. Which I feel is probably where he's at currently. He's probably taking care of things. So, you know, hopefully we'll see Andy for the finale. Hopefully we'll see Lurch for the finale. I'm sure he's been lurking during this stream, as he always does. But I'll be sure to let him know that we got the finales coming up. Yeah, definitely a... You didn't send 2, did you? Okay, you didn't. Good. I thought maybe it had double posted. Just growing concern for you, friend. His grandma's passing is awesome. No, I think it's awesome that he would be playing an abstract illusion as a way to, you know, as sort of like a tribute. Because some of that stuff is extremely emotional. Some of that is very, very emotional music, strangely enough. And again, we all need that musical catharsis at times. Like that thing that sort of takes us to that point where the sorrow and the pain kind of empties out and then gets transformed into acceptance. This right here is Bluetooth Nord, Gecko Phil. Band's name is Bluetooth Nord, and the track is Liber number 3. It's off the album What Once Was. Well, actually, it's What Once Was, Liber number 3. It's track 3, named 3. Bluetooth Nord is a strange band. Just keep it at that. There have been a couple of the regulars that have been strangely absent, but I figure that either in some way I have pissed them off or made them mad or whatever, you know what I mean? Or, you know, they just have had things to do. What was the song that was before the one that is currently playing? That track was Elderwind, The Magic of Nature. That's what that was. If you look up The Magic of Nature by Elderwind, it's also the title of the album, and it has quite a number of views. It is one of those albums that on YouTube has gained quite the following. Well, thank you, Mango. I just love knowing that you're listening. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I need to update this, I feel. Yes, I do. It certainly does. Yeah, but the funny thing is with that song donation, that request, first of all, that puts us over $250 to donate. But also, you're still in 5th place, but you're in 5th place behind GZ by 77 cents, which is really funny. Because, I don't know, it just kind of is. But let's get to that song. Let's end the stream on potentially a high or low note, all depending on how, you know, potentially depressing this is. Dusk by Lore. Let's see if I can type words. Wait a minute. This looks familiar. This looks very familiar. I feel like perhaps this is just something where I saw the album cover. I feel as though that is the situation here. Very folky thus far. If ever I'm not here, it's because I'm away from my computer. I assume that others who are away at times are away for the same reasons. It's all good unless they say it's bad. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. That's how I feel with a lot of them. Some of them are just more regular than others, so you grow a little bit concerned sometimes, just as a natural, like, knee-jerk reaction. You just hope they're doing all right. I know they're doing cool. I know Andy is doing all right. I know that Lurch is probably working and working and working and working, because that's what Lurch does. He works and he he works and he listens to music and sends me recommendations that. Oh man, I still have some to get through. There's a lot of them. Like, we kind of lost Lurch to the void a little bit because of that, which is really kind of fun. We used to have like some conversations about the different things we were finding, and then he just started to like the dude like just paced me. He's lapped me like 3 or 4 different times whenever it comes to discoveries this year. Holy shit, man. He needs to start his own YouTube channel. Brother will be able to give you like 75 new bands to listen to like a week. It's ridiculous. That's why I love him, man. And I figure stacking them, you know, doing their own thing. Oh, it's probably getting back to that school time. It's probably getting back to that uni time. That uni time for Static and them. Some of those others. So yeah, no longer the summertime to offer. Of course, for some of them, they're in the UK, so hard to say. Yeah, this is pretty awesome right here. Again, the cover of this looks extremely familiar for some reason, and I'm trying to put my finger on it as to if I saw it before or if it was excuse me, maybe the art style. I'm thinking it might be the art style actually that is more familiar to me, the more that I'm just sitting here and staring at it. For some reason, the first band that comes to mind, and I know that the art style is a little different between the two, is a band named Arnie, A-A-R-N-I, from back in the day. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, that solo. I gotta listen to this while I'm reading more Cornwell. While I'm reading more of the Last Kingdom series. I have fallen out of reading that series for a bit now. I need to get back in and I need to finish that fight. I would like to finish the entire series before the end of the year, because I know I'm not going to be able to finish the end of the series before the new book comes out. It's the cool part about these streams, folks. You never know what you're going to hear. This is a stream that is not just about recommendations that maybe I can give you. It's about what this chat's able to offer. It's about what you're able to offer to the community as well. That's what makes it so special. Because I'm not going to know about everything. I'm not going to be able to tell you about everything. But between all of us, we can certainly get it out there. This just got very chaotic. There's a little bit of Scarborough Fields in there. Or Scarborough Fair, not wow. Scarborough Fields. Scarborough Fair. A little bit of Scarborough Fair in there. The song is entitled Dusk. And the band is Lore. L-O-R. Although the O does have an umlaut above it. Oh, it is some catnip. Yo. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I'm smelling what you're cooking. Whatever happened to Metalocalypse? The show ran its course. And it's done. Brendan Small is, I don't know what he's doing. Probably working on something else. If I know Brendan, he's not really a guy that likes to just stay, I guess, unbusy. Dude probably made enough money for a vacation, though, I'll say. I didn't figure that show was going to be too lengthy. I mean, it was extremely popular, but that doesn't mean anything. Where would I rate Black Sabbath roughly in my favorite bands? My favorites? I don't know. There's a lot of bands that I would put above Sabbath. If I'm being personal, you know. I'm not even sure if they'd make a top 25 list. I'm not even sure they'd make a top 25 list. And again, that's a personal list as opposed to, you know, official best bands of all time list, you know what I mean? I don't think they're a bad band. Like, I have nothing against them, it's just that there's a lot of stuff. Prince with Controversy by Neil. Coming out the other side. We're gonna cap off the stream with some from the Strange One. Neil, I'm assuming that goes to the cash prize, like you've been doing. Thank you, by the way. That's a yes. This is getting chaotically awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I definitely need to give this a little closer look, I would say. A little bit of a closer look needs to be paid here. any of the post-Beatles stuff? Are you talking like the solo records from the individual members, or what exactly are you implying to with the post-Beatles stuff? Band's name is Lore, and the song is entitled Dusk. The song is entitled Dusk by Lore. There's an umlaut above the O, however, I don't know how to make that appear without going to, going into Google and asking Google. The solo Beatles stuff, I think Paul McCartney's stuff is kind of a mixed bag. Some of it's really good, others is really overrated. Just in a personal opinion. Phantom, me too. We have one more track, and then we're probably gonna peace out for the evening. Remember, Phantom, we'll be streaming Thursday and Friday, but I think George had kind of an underrated career solo. Ringo's stuff, I haven't heard nearly enough of Ringo's solo material. I know he did a lot of session work. Lennon's, I never was big with Lennon's work, I'll be honest with you. Like, there's some that's just fine, but, and I appreciate the experimentation that he did with Yoko, but it never really, it never gelled with me very well. But I understand that for an entire generation, it's like the absolute opposite, that Lennon's work is God. Paul's work is transformative, especially considering he's still active. And George is kind of the forgotten, and Ringo is, extremely forgotten. So I want to say that George maybe had 1 or 2 hits. Oh, a couple more than that. Got my mind set on You is one that's coming to mind. He had a couple, but of course John and Paul are more the ones that are recalled. Controversy by Prince. This will be our last cut for the day. Anybody ever see that Yoko performance at the art exhibit? I did, and yikes. But that's because kind of what she's known for. So I think if she didn't do that, they would wonder what's wrong with her or something. Yeah, Laura's definitely enjoyed that as well. That is on the list of things to check out further tonight. I'm not going to do another bad song stream for the finale. Friday's going to be chaotic enough on its own. Friday is going to be chaotic enough on its own, I'm going to say. So that's going to be better off just to sort of leave on the back burner as in maybe another idea or another thing that we do for the next cause. Because I'll probably take a short break from streaming after this wraps up. Probably not too long. I would say no more than, say, like a week. But then I'll have the next, I'm sure I'll have the next thing up and running extremely soon after that. Too much torture? I could do it again, honestly. I could do it again. I would like to retool it a little bit. I liked how it was done, but I'd also like to encourage some bigger donations through that. Like, have it truly be a special event. I think one thing that I did that was very wrong for that stream was that I made the incentive goals for it way too lofty. I think I expected a lot more from that than what actually happened. New Alice in Chains is pretty good. I like that album a lot. I compared it in the review to the Tripod album in its creativity, like how it's different from the first two. It's, you know, the first two in the William Duvall, I guess, era or series, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I appreciate it, Jay Morris. Pearl Jam is kind of a group that... The first album of theirs I had was Yield. I got that before 10. And I got all the albums kind of up to Yield, and then stopped. And I stopped. I even got the live album that they did in Seattle that was 3 discs long. Whenever they did the live show releases, they did that for 1 whole year. And that was pretty cool. I still have that in my collection. I don't know if I'll ever part with that. And if I do, I'll be very surprised. Because that will be a very, very hard one to recover. And honestly, I wish I would have gotten the Pittsburgh show as well. Because finding that has been a really big challenge. And also, you have to remember that I don't do the whole like Amazon/Discogs thing very often. I still like going into record stores and finding stuff that way. Duvall actually had his first full songwriting credit on the new Alice in Chains album. I like for a lot of that album, they were doing harmony. Like, a lot of that album was just straight harmony. I don't know if Jerry's going to be willing to take that away, because I have a feeling he feels that that's part of the Alice in Chains sound. And also, if you listen to his solo work, you'll know exactly what parts he's contributing. Yeah, there was a lot of lead work, but at the same time, most of that was harmony. There's a lot of harmony with that. This might be what I'm about to cause. I might be causing a little controversy here pretty soon with a post I might make on Facebook. I don't know. It seems like the most innocent stuff I post is the stuff that causes folks to go fucking stupid. So, maybe not. Maybe not. Gotta respect Prince, man. Gotta respect the purple one. Jerry's solo work is underrated. Agree. A little bit. You just need one more album. Nice. I need one more album as well. I actually need to pick up my physical copy of Rainier Fog. I haven't gotten up to them all yet. Because I got a promo copy back on Wednesday. You know, promo copies now are all digitized emails and everything. So I need to go up and get my physical. Because we did Bad Song stream last Friday, and that was a nightmare. No, it wasn't. It was actually kind of fun. You know what it showed me between that stream and yesterday's is that I can go a lot longer than I sometimes go. As long as the crowd is there, you know? But that's going to do it for us today. We are out for the evening. You guys have a good one. I appreciate you guys all coming out. Be sure to stop back on Thursday and Friday. Absolutely come back Thursday and Friday. Why? Why? Because we're talking finale, baby. We're down to the last 2 streams of Prize Wars. You're going to want to be here for those. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you Thursday. Bye. Peace.